Hey guys, so I've been asked to do a collection video of my Montblanc pens, and this is just a handful of them that I have. I have a few more. There's some limited edition ones that are kind of in different places, and I didn't I didn't want to pull those out. I think this is kind of enough for one video. But if you check out my Instagram and you check out some of the older videos that I've posted, I have done a review on the Albert Einstein rollerball. But I do have a good collection of both ink and great character pens. But I kind of feel like those pens warrant a unique video for themselves. So these are kind of all the I wouldn't say standard pens that are out there, but if you collect Montblancs or you like Montblancs, this might be interesting to see them all together, the different sizes. And I'll be honest with you, I've been collecting Montblancs for years, going back to my first Montblanc I probably bought a year or two out of college. So if I can't remember the makes and models of these things, just let me know that you're interested, and I'll look it up and I'll put it in the comments. And I apologize that I can't remember. One of the biggest things about collecting that I can tell people, they always see the things that I have, and I'll just say I buy them and I keep them and I enjoy them over and over again. And that's the cheapest way to own something. If you buy something and you sell it, especially if you buy it new and sell it a month later, it's probably the most expensive way to buy something. A lot of these are 10, 15 years old. I just keep my stuff in really nice shape, and not only that, I pay to maintain them. So if there's a crack in one of them, the Montblanc store has treated me absolutely great. They know me well down there, and you just put a few dollars in every now and then and keep your collection up and running. But yeah, I know a lot of pens here. You probably have no need for this many pens, and nowadays the millennials are not even using pens. But nice handwriting, signing your name is still very important. I know with digital signatures out there, I still am fascinated that they take those as legal documents. But your signature is still something you can take pride in, and I do collect all sorts of, especially Montblanc pens. My favorite pen to write with are fountain pens. The second would be rollerballs, and I do have a lot of ballpoints just for convenience, and we'll go over them. So the very first pen I ever purchased, I purchased from Costco, and it's this guy right here, and I don't even know the name of it. I think they changed it later on to Generations. So that pen is now, I don't know if it's discontinued now, but I mean, I forgot what it was called way back in the day, but that particular pen is probably 15 years old now. So I probably just dated myself age-wise there. The second pen up here is I have a soft spot for the diamond pens. So they came out with a series of pens with real diamonds in them. I love them. I love the look of them. This is a Mozart, really cool. Don't remember if this is a 144 Mozart. I think it might be, but this is the Mozart. That's just a cool little pen, especially if you have a pen in your car. I actually have, and it's in the car right now, a little Mozart leather port thing just to take notes. It's really, really cool, and this pen fits right in there. We'll go right to left. Again, this is here. Let's see. Yeah, this is the 146. This is the one I use every day. This pen gets used every single day. I take it to work with me. This will be on me. This is the 145 that's on me, just in case I have to sign a document that doesn't take the fountain. If there's a carbon on it or something like that, I always have two pens on me. These are the two pens I will always have on me. Bought this one. Well, you can do the math. This is a 100-year anniversary, so I believe this might have been an 05 pen. I forget. So one of the things I'll do is I'll use the hell out of the pen, and I use the hell out of this pen, and I'll send it back every 10 years. I think this pen actually does have the diamond on it, so that's a diamond. And I still kept everything for it, and that's one thing. If you're organized, you can keep all your papers and receipts, and they'll do it for free. Developed a little crack right here, sent it back in, got a pen, brand new pen back. I don't even know if the serial number matches up. I mean, this pen was brand new, so since it came back, I haven't used it because I have so many pens. But that's basically what I do. I use the pen, use the crap out of it. Once I'm ready to give up on it, like these two are probably, when did the diamonds come out? I've probably been using those for 4 or 5 years now. They're still in great shape. This Actually, this one went through the washing machine, so that one has been back, and this one developed a crack and it has been back. That's why they look new. So if you buy a pen from Montblanc, they'll support you forever. Now, their new system is really terrible. It takes weeks and weeks, but if you're patient, you can send them back, and that's another reason why I have all these pens, because when I send them back, I buy a new one. This is a JFK. I do have the JFK Great Characters. This is, I forgot, it's part of the edition, but this one was the one that was not as expensive, so I use that one quite a bit. That's a fountain pen, of course. You saw that. Let's see, what is this one? Yep, this is just a standard 146, no ink in there. You can see from the window that this is dry. There we go. And then what do we have here? This looks like a 146 rollerball. This is a standard salesman pen right here, especially if they didn't want to go to ballpoint. They want to look cool when they pull the cap off. That's how you can tell ballpoint, by the way. The cap does not come off. You can see, like, this is a ballpoint. There's a twist. So more convenient because you don't, you can do it with one hand. You can twist it, sign it, and twist it. But rollerballs are like fountain pens, but they take a cartridge. And these ink cartridges, depending on how well you take care of putting your cap back on, they can last for up to 6 months. Let's see, what do we have here? This is a 145, I believe. Yep, so this is a 145, and this is actually a pretty popular pen. When I bought this pen back in the day, it was called a Chopin, and they named him. So you had Mozart, Chopin, and I don't know if the 146 was named. So they named him after, take a look there, conductors. And this is a really cool pen, especially someone who wants to get into fountain pens, because I should have mentioned that this pen here is a fountain, this pen's here a fountain, but they're pistons, so you actually have to, and I'll show you here, especially if you're not into these pens. That one has ink in it, so I'm not going to mess with it. I know this doesn't have ink in it. So you twist this, and there's a piston in it, which will draw air or ink into your pen. That's how you fill it up. So when you twist it the other way, all the ink will pour out. So they take quite a bit of maintenance. So you actually have to get, and I'll show you here on my desk, a bottle like this, and you have to dip the pen in, if you can kind of follow along, and then draw the ink into it and clean it off. It's quite a, it's a little bit of an affair. So you have to be pretty dedicated to loving fountain pens to be into the 146 big pens. Not so much for this one. So this pen, you can do that, and I don't know if the adapter's in there. No, there's no adapter in there. So they have an adapter you put in there that you can drop, but most of the people will just use a cartridge. So you just stick a cartridge in there, use the pen, and when the cartridge is done, you throw it away. I do know a lot of my coworkers who are into kind of fountain pens. One of the things that they're simply not used to is you got to cap your pen. If you don't cap a fountain pen, the ink will dry fairly quickly. So if you leave this on the desk for 5 or 10 minutes, you don't put the cap on, when you go to write, you have to get it, you have to prime it again, basically. So let's see, where do we go? We have the 145, and this is a 145 ballpoint. This is actually my travel pen. I just took this one on a business trip because it's a little cheaper and I don't care about it. I don't want to bring the ones with the diamonds out there, but again, one-handed, give it a signature, boom. This one's one of my favorite pens. This is a, I think it's called Montblanc M maybe? I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of a weird pen. So this one, they make this in fountain. I think they make it in ballpoint, but this one happens to be the rollerball. And the reason this rollerball, it's called a capless rollerball system. It functions, this cartridge in here is probably over a year old and it hasn't gone bad yet. It's actually the best rollerball system. It's better than any of the other rollerballs that are out there. But it's got a magnet on it, so no matter how you put this cap on, if you put it on correctly, it'll flip and it'll line up with the Montblanc emblem. So even if you can see what I'm doing here, it flips back. So it's really, really cool. And one thing, it's called posting. This one does not do. You can't put the cap on. So again, if you have a pen like this, you have to be very cautious that you take the cap off, you write with it, and then you have to put the cap back on, and you're going to lose that cap. So that's one thing that's a negative about rollerballs and fountain pens. Of course, fountain pens, you're not going to lose the cap because your pen would dry up, but these pens don't dry up, but you could easily lose the cap by running around the office, signing with this pen, and not knowing where your cap went. All right, this is probably a couple years old. Rouge et Noir is what they called this edition. This is the one where Hugh Jackman was all dancing around. I don't know if you guys saw that commercial or not. But anyway, I thought it was pretty cool because the red and the snake. And this is just the ballpoint version. Again, this is something that kind of adds some flair to the desk. And this last one here is a 149. I haven't even used this one. Again, it's a piston filler, and you can see how much bigger they call this a nib. Let's see how much bigger it is than the 146. So this is the one I use because that's the right size, and then the 149 is just, that's the one, you know, if you want, it's kind of like a diplomat pen. So if you wanted a pen, I believe JFK used this particular version. If you wanted a pen that's kind of like an event, but you can see how big it is. But if you wanted to use a pen that was like an event to pull out and everyone's ooh and on, I mean, this thing is huge. So let's see, the 149, and this is the 146. I don't know. On video, it doesn't do it justice. It's way bigger. Here, I'll put them together here. So you can see it's quite a bit bigger. All right, guys. Well, that is I wouldn't call it a collection because I have used them, and a lot of them are in brand new shape just because, you know, like I said, I'll take it to the Montblanc boutique after I'm done using it, or because it breaks and I have so many pens, you know, they're all in fairly great shape. But if you have any questions about these guys, I have accumulated them over time. Please feel free to ask. My favorite's the 146. It's the perfect size, and the 145 is my favorite ballpoint. And they do make a ballpoint in the 146 size, but I think that's a little bit too big. So, yeah, if you have any questions about the pens, please feel free to ask. And I'm sorry for the video quality. It's not great, but hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at all the pens. All right, thanks, bye.